For us, visual effects are always used to enhance emotional content. And for us, whimsical and magical and enhances your experience, but not so much that all you're aware of is the visual effect and not the subject in front of it.
Well, the Hall Snow Globes was definitely something we knew from the get-go that was very important to Michael. It was the one scene that he felt had to be magical.
Probably did about, I'd say, 3 to 4 months of pre-production work. We'd all get together and kind of decide, well, who was going to build what? You know, would the production team build half the room, and then we'd come in and try to build the other half of the room, and then decided to build the frame of the room, and then pretty much everything that needed to come to life, other than the actors, was all left in our hands.
Here we go.
We're in the Hall of Snow Globes, and this is a combination of practical set, what you see now, and additional green screen animation that'll appear at each of these open panels.
For some people, that was a little scary because, you know, they had to rely on us at that point, knowing that, okay, it's all lights and green screens. At the end of the day, it has to be big ice-carved windows with lights behind them and globes floating in the air.
Now, Liliana, come this way. Tim and Liliana had to imagine hundreds of snow globes floating through the air, snow falling, magical glass behind them.
This is what was shot on set, the actual practical set, green screen, kind of 3D representation of what was going on with the camera and actually what lies where within this room, so we could later go on, add our glass panes back here, and then later on snow globes to the interior of the room.
It was a huge undertaking. Maybe about 115 elements to put just one shot together.
So basically this is, you know, the final frame, what the shot looked like with your foreground, midground, and background globes.
It was a wonderful marriage of thought and execution between the visual effects guys and my production designer.
I got an old piece of reference from a fireplace from some house, I think, in Switzerland or somewhere, and it got this huge face. And I thought to myself, this would be great if we could have the fireplace like Tim's face.
So the fireplace is something we actually got to build very early on. We had a modeler build it in a CG space and work on animations.
What we did was we went in and we shot the background plate from the angle that the director really loved.
On a visual effects stage, off to the side of our main stages, the guys built a black box, and inside of which was a green screen, and Tim would come through that and then walk off screen.
Once he stepped out, then it came into light, which really helped give the illusion that Tim was stepping out of this mouth. So we took a series of 12 different still frames of the model.
You actually, you know, create one like mouth open, mouth closed. That way you can actually interpolate between, because we kind of had to treat this fireplace as a character.
I never in my wildest dreams imagined that not only was his mouth going to open, but that Santa's face was going to change. He was going to have an attitude.
We did about 180 shots, whether it's, you know, toy mobile, snow globes in the Hall of Snow Globes, glass windows, Jack Frost's gift bag, which he pulls out of his pocket, and particle effects. What's happening to me? Visual effects are everywhere in this film for that magic aspect.
How does the magic get to the screen? Well, it's not really magic, it's a technology. But the true magic is in the inspiration. It's that moment of creativity realized when you get, oh, what if we do this? And then you get to the computer and manifest it technically, but the magic is in the inspiration.